Alright, everybody, welcome. I'm just messing around with the City of Brass asset here. I'm gonna relay this out a little bit. As you can see, I've put it in here. I've carved some of it out the way I want it already. I still got to go through my landscape and carve the tunneling parts that are going underground, which I am definitely leaving some rubble and stuff. I'm gonna deck them all out by the time I'm done. But today I'm just gonna work a little bit with it, and just y'all can just be here with me while I'm working. So first, what I'm gonna do is I've grabbed one of these pillars here, and what I'm gonna do is actually click on the main static mesh here, because if you edit this one, it'll edit all the rest of them as the default. So just remember that if you want to edit them individually, you click them here in the editor, but if you want to edit the main one, you have to open up one of the static meshes, and then we'll take you to the main unit here. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go in here, and I want to change this color here into something else. So what I was gonna do, since I'm looking at it, and I want it to have that castle look like it does, but I would just want to give it a little bit different environment. So I'm gonna go into I got my Quixel bridge here with my mega scans. I'm gonna go in here and look up some things and just try some things out and see if they look cool. I really was kind of digging this mud wall, but not for a pillar. Trying to find something a little bit better here. Fort stone wall, painted old wall. This is stone floor. I'm gonna grab that one. That'll just be one that I get. Let's see if there's something else. Yeah, this soil scatter, I definitely wanna grab a few of these. Put those in. But what I'm most interested in right now is finding something for my pillar. And this is the thing, is you could get so caught up in this because it's so dope. We got cracked concrete. I think we can go, we're getting close. I think we can go with one of these here and we'll probably be good. Like all of these. I just want something unique. Well, I just want to make it my own here. This Roman stone wall, this one's kind of cool. Let's see, muddy fort wall. I'm gonna just try this one. I'm just gonna grab a couple of them here, and then I'll see how they look when I get inside. So these should all be going now into the engine for me here. This one too. And then once you export it to the engine, we should be able to go back into the engine here. And we need to revert these normal maps when we work with some of these, because they get imported as a texture. Alright. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and we're going to see if we can move around here now and mess with some things. We already have our piece open that we want to deal with here. So let's see if we can find one of the ones we had here, like Roman stone wall, or just find one of their names, old fort stone wall. So it looks like stone wall is what we could probably search and see if we come up with anything. Wall, I see work. I only see one, and that's not ours, so we probably have to go into the folder for the bridge. Let's go in here. I'm gonna go out. We should have mega scans folder here. Yeah, see, and this will have surfaces and things in them. Here we got the Roman stone wall, which is here. So now I do see it here. It's called Roman stone wall. Looks to material instance, and these here are instances as well. So I'm gonna go back in. We can shrink this like that, and you could drag it in, or you could select it and select this little tab here, and if it's compatible, it should replace it like that. And then we can go in, take a look at it here, and see what we're looking at. Okay, that's not that bad. Definitely has a different look to it, and we can try some different ones. We ain't gotta go with the first one we see, but that's one. Let's go take a look at another one, and I'm just trying the middle piece. I'll eventually do like all of it, but just trying the middle piece right now. So I'm gonna go back out, and we should have a couple more here under surfaces. Should have this stone floor one, so we could drag that one in and try it. And that one I kind of like. That looks pretty cool. The bottom here, and even on the regular one that they're using, it's like this. I believe these pillars need to go all the way down to this gold rim, at least in my mind. That's where I'm putting them. But I kind of like that one. That one has the look that I'm going for right there. So I think I'm just gonna stick with that one. And as you can see here, if we go in game, all of them have changed. Let me just move this out some. Alright, so if we go in game, we can see that all of these towers have changed, and that is kind of how I like it. I'm gonna do some of the walls and things with this same these same sorts of deals. Just want to replace what's there. I really don't like some of the textures here, but I think some of these are not meant to be quote seen, or are they? Because they do have some, you know, decor around them. So we'll get it together here, but this is what I'm talking about here. You can see one of the pillars here, and in my opinion, it should be down farther, and I need to clear this out here so I can get my selection here, because I got a fog going there that's getting in the way. So we're just gonna move that out, and I'm gonna move it down to about there. Much better. And I probably won't leave them all perfectly straight, and have them a little bit like this one here, how it looks like it's just, I like that. Bring that down some like that, so it's more in the ground a little bit on one side. That works for me. So there we go. We got our pillars, and we're just gonna bring them all down about the same. So what I could do, let's go here to edit, undo history, show an easier way to do this. I'm sure, instead of clicking on them individually and moving them, sure they all don't need to move the exact same amount, but they are the same thing, so you would think that they've been plotted to be at about the same height. So what I'm gonna do is go do select, matching select classes. If you do that, means that it has to pretty much be an exact match before it'll be selected. And as you see, nothing else got selected but these. And then now you can go ahead and move them bad babies all down together. And then we could do a fly around and see how it looks in different locations, and then we can kind of adjust them. I'm just going by the one right here because it was in the corner of my eye. So let's do a fly around now, and if you see, that one's kind of in the ground, that one's a little out of the ground, these here on the sides of the mountain, and we can work on that as well, getting that fixed. This one, being that it's out so far, I mean, we could really probably do something cool with that one, like maybe just lean it down. Have it going out like so. Even have it a little more crooked off from the rest of them. We can make it believable. We could have it tilted all the way down to where it's kind of touching bridging the other side, but I like it better to just leave it kind of like it's got a really deep root, but it just got worked around during whatever happened here. I'll bring it out some like that. Alright, that looked cool. Alright, there we go. And then we can always patch up around it and make things look the way we want, because I still got a lot of work to do. I gotta dig a lot of this out. I'm not gonna have it all completely buried. Some of it I'm gonna leave exactly how it is, because it looks like something happened here, you know, and that's how I want it to look. I don't want it to look perfect. I want it to look like it looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep on decorating here. I do like that look. We do got the white caps that are here, so let's go back into our piece here, and you can also highlight or isolate the parts that the materials are. And another thing you could do is, being that this has a master material, you could click on this material here. And these are the patterns that make it up, and then this would be the parent material. So this is what it's derived from here. But you want to work in the instance because you never want to work in the master. So here you have the ability to adjust, you know, a few things. You could change the texture here that you're using so that the texture is different. You could change the color or tint, which is what we're gonna do, and we can make it whatever color we want. I want it to be closer to matching what's down here, so I'm gonna go ahead and go here to the color picker and just find one of these colors and click on it like that. And as you can see, the copper parts are all still copper, but it affected all of the parts that were white. Now have a more sandy look to them, which is what I want. That looks really good. And then the pieces that are down here, I'm gonna go ahead and press OK here. Take care of that. Let's save that because that looks really good. And that affected everybody because we had them selected. So now let's go here, let's save. Now the next thing is this, we want to get that similar tint, so we can go in this one, and I'm sure they have the same thing. See, they have, you can adjust everything, the specular, everything, which when it rains, that's the stuff that I'll need to try to adjust when it rains so that these things look wet if I want them to look so. I'm not sure if I'm going that far with it, but we'll see. Alright, so we got the tint, specular saturation. Man, there's so many settings, and this has a master here. So what I'm looking for, don't look like they named it base color, so we're just going to try to go with this one here and see what we get. So if we go here and we get the color picker and we go and we pick one of these same colors, you'll see it change. See that? And we can go in here and mess with the color until we get it to be more of what we want. Just want something with a more of a brown or a sandish color to it. Like that. That's good. And then the rest of the walls as well, we'll be just basically doing a facelift. The parts that are turquoise, they actually don't look bad. I may change them up a little though, so I just like to try to make every piece be a little bit more me, and I'm gonna probably change the tiling and some other things too. And those are the things that, like, all this are things that you can do to make the material your own. Don't be afraid to experiment. My number one thing that I tell people when, you know, I'm telling people about like my top tips, working in the engine, man, you want to experiment. Make a copy of things, man. Don't be afraid to experiment. It's perfectly all right. You really can't mess anything up, especially if you made copies. Alright, last we're going to go to this one here. We got some color tints that we could do here too. Looks like they have a blue going on. I'm just going to change something, and there we go. And that's exactly what I was going for. I want something a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more mystic, I guess. So I'm going to make that green, because I like that. That looks good. Alright, and then I can go in and probably make it look dustier, make it look darker or lighter. You can go in and make those colors darker or lighter. Actually kind of like them a little bit darker. That looks pretty good. Alright, so let me even try it a little darker. There we go. I'm not mad. There we go. A tarnish of time, you know, that tarnish of time look. Don't want them to be extra shiny. You want them to be a little bit tarnished from time. I like that color. I think the globes on these other pieces, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to save this for now. Let's go ahead and do a save all. It's like I said, you want to always be saving. You never know when you're going to get a crash. So always get your save on. Alright. So now we got another piece which is here. We're going to go ahead, same thing. Come over here to the side. Select the static mesh. Go in. Already the most noticeable thing is going to be the cap. I don't want it blue. We're going to do the same color we did for the other pieces. So go ahead and highlight the color tint here. We can actually select this, or we could just go in and do the same thing we did on the other one. Just darken them up. We could zoom, check the color against each other, but we could zoom here, and wow, that looks very reptilian. We got some things we got to work on over there too. Looks like we got some weird caps going here because of the back faces, but it's all good. We'll fix that, and I'll show you how to fix that type of stuff too, to clean these pieces up and make them look better. For now, we can leave them just like they are, though. We're more worried about the colors and things like that is what we're working on right now. You could change how shiny they are. You could change all that. So, you know, it's up to you what you want to do. I like that green. That looked good. There we go. All right, so now we're going to do the outside walls here, which these are the ones that really bother me the most. I probably could replace every instance of the use of this material with another material, but I don't want to do it that way, because in each piece, each type of piece, I may want to do something different. Anyway, we're going to go here and let's look up, well, actually we got the surfaces already here, so why even bother? We got the, and I thought I did more surfaces than that, but yeah, here goes the soil scatter. So we did get them. We'll get that in a minute. Let's go back to our surfaces here. We got the Roman stone wall here, and what we could do is just go here and replace that and see how it looks. And if you look here, see, it looks horrible. Doesn't match whatever they've got going here. I don't know if there's some weird tile. It looks like it's some stretching going on, but it doesn't look really good. So let's edit, and we're going to undo that, and I may need to look more into this material to find out how it's tiled, because that looked horrible. This is the only part that's using it, which is the main piece. I'm going to try another surface, but it looks like the surfaces are probably not going to do it, because of the fact that this is being stretched some sort of way, because I believe it's not meant to be viewed. These are the back sides of the walls that you're not supposed to see in gameplay, because you block it out, which we could very well do that as well. It'll take me a little work to be able to do it the way I want to, but I'm pretty sure I could do it. And we could just use blockouts as well, which I have not put any blockouts in. I'm trying to use as much of the surface as possible, because it's a large map, but it ain't the biggest map, you know, in the world. It's just a, you know, decent sized map. That didn't work though, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna undo that. So I'm gonna go ahead and click onto this real quick just to see. There's got to be some tiling or something that they did here to make this. There's a lot of surfaces, and then this is the blend scale. So this is what we're going to be concerned with here, these blend scales. If you look here, it says damage blend scale. If you turn these, you'll see the cracks and different things change on the surface. You're not going to see them right in game. These you more than likely will have to apply. You may see them happen right away. I think you should be able to see them happen right away. So this is the material, and then these are the, man, they put a lot of mass on this. This is the main material here, it looks like. And I'm gonna go in here and see if I can check the tiling or something on stuff. See here, we got damage blend, moss amount, second base color, and then what we're looking for, some of these things here, mass scale, value 1. Alright, so this is not a very complex material, and it is weirdly stretched. to fit. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have to go into one of our materials and mess around a little bit deeper here. So this is the piece. We've got the wall and we've got the stone house instance here. Now if we try to do the brick on this, I'm going to try to decorate around that piece real quick. I think more what this is that we're working on is the inside. The back side, trying to go around it here, is just wall. Yeah, back side is just flat. So I'm not even looking at what I'm working on this piece. This is a different piece. We got this. This is what we were working on. So let's just try to continue with this piece. My bad. I got off track. Let's go back to our tiles here. And try that. And then this is what I mean, you have to go up to it because every tile stretch is different. Now if you look at it and you like it, cool. If you don't, probably want to get rid of it. It's all right. It's got some things, some factors I'm not feeling, so we're gonna not go with that one, and let's go with the Roman stone wall and try that one. Okay, so that's the Roman stone wall. Looks like wood. Looks like big pieces of wood. So edit. Let's undo that one. Now what we could do is just go tint these as well. It does have some colors here that we can use. So we got base color. So let's click on that and just see what that does. And we're looking here and it is doing some weird, and I see what it's doing. It's doing colors to the inside surface. I need to go here to the side that makes sense. So these are those pieces. That's what I have selected anyway. And I'm changing the color and I see it's putting these weird splotches. That's where the damage is on the wall. So let me shrink this down, because I know what I'm looking at, but let me make sure since I am recording. But if you look here on the walls, you'll see these splotches change color, see? So that's where the damage is, and that's how you can make it look a little bit more however you want it to look. Where your damage pieces are, you can have the edges be a little bit of a different color. Like me. Want it to look a little stained in the spots where it's damaged, like that. Maybe not so bright. Let me take it out lighter and see. And then back darker. So and this just lightens the tint of it there. So I kind of like it like that. Okay. So I'm gonna save that, and like I said, you can change all these colors to be different colors to match more of what you want. They have these colors, and when you change the color, so you'll see it creates different patterns for the damage as well. So if you look at that, that damage looks completely different from how it looked before, and it's just based on the colors change the, I like that. That looks really good. I like that. That damage looks really good. I'm gonna go with that one. And see, most packages or kits that you get have these types of functions, but you know, people don't dig in deep enough, and so they just take the kit for the surface value. You have to really mess around with some of these, and you can get your own look out of them, even though it may be something that other people may use, and it's how you stage it in your environment that also gives it its, you know, pizzazz. I like that. So let's go ahead and keep that. But see, I'm just showing you guys a little bit of what all these different things do. And that's the base UV, so that's the cracks. If we go closer here, move this over and look around here, you'll see the cracks themselves changing. So you can make some pretty interesting, and I like how they did this. They did a good job. This is real nice. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it like that. That looks good to me. Let's save that. Okay, and I don't see an overall color yet here. Go back in and look again, but I see the base color here, and that was for, looked like it was all for damage. And there's the scales for the mass. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think tinting the whole color, I mean, I would think it would be this one, but that's the one that we just did for the damage. So let's do an edit. Okay, so let's press cancel. I like it the way it was. Alright, so we got that, but we can't get the full. I want to do the full color, which obviously is going to be inside the main material, because I don't see any other yeah, I don't see any other settings for color in here besides what we've already changed. This is base second color. Wait, did we even mess with that? Nah, that's the one I'm looking for. My bad. So this is the one I'm looking for here. This is the one that's gonna, yeah, there we go. That's what we want. So we can make these walls be whatever color we want them to be for the whole palace. Thinking something. So you can shade that all up. And it's just like I said, man, you gotta be creative, man. You just gotta play with these things until you get something that you like that goes with what you're doing. I just want mine to be a little bit more clay looking, a little bit more, yeah, I want a different look to it. So that's what I'm going for. Keep in mind you can only go so far, you know, but do what you can. But if you come in here now, all of this looks more the way I want it to look. These posts, they have them red. Let's do another save here. Okay, and they're nice. We could change things about these as well. If you click on it here, you'll see that it's actually a large piece. And we've already changed part of it, but the one we have not changed is this tile here. So let's try seeing if we change this to any of those surfaces, if it does the same thing. Now see, that looks a lot better. It used the stone pattern. It gave us a nice, that looks really good. So I think I'm gonna go with that. And I'm gonna save that. Okay. So this has a lot of pieces. This also has a piece here. If we highlight it, it's those. So we can go to the other surface that I picked. Put that. That's the pattern you get. And like I said, you don't have to go with the first ones you see. I'm gonna go play with a lot of them. I'm just showing you guys a few here, and then I'm gonna go in and design my level. But yeah, that's basically what you do, man. That's it in a nutshell. You can go in and just play with things. Definitely go mess with the mega scans. I didn't at first because they were so, I don't know, I guess I just didn't completely understand it, but they were really heavy on the system. But I think I was using them in their full, 8K, and just using them in ways that I didn't need them. That was way more than what I needed out of what I was doing for my project. That was just way more than I needed. So all right, anyway, that's it. Like and subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and get back into this and finish working here, and y'all probably see some of this in the upcoming videos when I do some preview work of just me testing out things. I won't show all the levels that I make, but I'll be showing these first ones that I'm laying out, and a lot of these are just prototypers, and parts of them will be changed out later on. But like and subscribe, and if you got any questions or anything like that, definitely float a note. Like it on its games.